embodying the energy you wish to bring into your life. More love, be love. More abundance, be abundant. More grace, be the essence of gratitude. Raise the vibration, the energetic vibration in the energy body. And that really is the purpose of yogaasana. We're going to begin in a half lotus position. If you have good mobility of the hip joints, you can come into a full lotus. And if you have limited mobility, you can just come into your sukhasana, or your easy seat, evenly weighted through the sits bones. And it is always advised to practice yogaasana on an empty stomach or in a fasted state, at least 2 hours after your last meal. And we'll begin by finding some length through the spine, hips to be rotated forward. So as we begin our very brief morning meditation, we'll want to be either having the hips naturally rotated forward, or you can have a cushion under your bum like I do, for ease of opening the chest, so that you can slightly engage those abdominal muscles to support the spine. The sacrum will be nice and open. So on all levels, we will be opening up our energy centers, and we'll be taking this energy at the root, and we will be engaging here at the Mula Bandha, so with your pelvic floor engagement, strengthening those pelvic floor muscles so that we can then send energy up the spine. And we'll always want to find our center at the heart. And so we can take a few moments here to close our eyes and come into some stillness, with the jaw soft and the lips slightly sealed. We'll begin our inhales and exhales through the nostrils. And we'll always want to intend to keep our awareness on the physical postures, on the breath, and allowing the mental state to be in a quiet space. So no need to be thinking of anything outside of what is happening here in the present moment, as is always our intention to develop a yoga mind. So big inhales, filling the lungs to their maximum capacity with air. And then you can slightly contract the abdomen to empty the lungs all the way to the bottom. Once again, filling up, releasing the abdominal muscles, expanding the chest. And exhaling deeply, contracting the abdomen to release as much air from the lungs as possible. And you can find relaxation in the muscles of the face, in the space between the eyebrows, deep within the center of the brain, drawing your focus there at the third eye, the ajna. Continuing your breath, settling in. And we will bring our palms together in front of the heart. This is our heart center, a place we can always return to in our struggle, in our suffering, and in our joy. Always coming back to the heart. We can begin to inhale our palms above the head and lift the third eye upwards towards the sky. And exhale to open the arms and open up your energy. You can flip the palms midway and bring them all the way down to the earth. Plant through those palms, expand the chest, the shoulders open, and the chin lifts. If you are on a cushion, you can shift it off to the side now so that we can begin our warm-ups. Maybe you want to change the crossing of the legs. And we'll begin with some small, gentle shoulder rolls, inhaling the shoulders up and exhaling them back. Small rotations around the shoulder girdle. And we're still focusing our awareness on the breath, inhaling up, exhaling back. We'll want to be supporting the lower lumbar spine by creating some engagement through the lower abdomen, drawing the belly button back. On your next exhale down, hold the shoulders away from the ears for a moment. And your next inhale can bring the shoulders back and up, and exhale forward. Rotating in the opposite direction now. And the awareness is on the breath. Inhaling the shoulders up, exhaling forward and down. Next inhale, we'll hold those shoulders up by the ears and release. Now we can begin our neck detensioner, or getting some length through the sides of the neck. We'll bring our right ear up to the sky, tilting the chin back slightly. Shoulders are broad, and the shoulders are stacked over the hips, so avoid coming forward too far or back. We don't want to create any strain within the rectus abdominis or the lower lumbar. Nice straight spine as we lift that right ear up to the sky. Big inhale here. Next exhale rotates the chin to the chest. And then we can bring the left ear up to the sky and slightly tilt that chin back, getting some length through the front of the neck all the way to the shoulder. Big inhale. Exhale, let's begin our rotation in the opposite direction. And the right ear lifts. Exhale, rotate that chin to the chest, and the left ear comes up. And you can go at your own pace here, whatever feels good. If you have areas of tension, any trigger points, any knots, you can take a moment to hold there, slightly shrug the chin back and forth, and breathe into that space to allow the release. And then continue on your rotation. Always exhaling as the chin moves towards the chest, and inhaling as the head lifts. Jaw soft, nice and soft. On the next exhale, we'll draw the chin to the chest, and then we'll bring the head all the way back up to center so that the crown of the skull is stacked over the root. One long line of energy. On your next inhale, we'll draw the chin all the way up to the sky, getting some length through the front of the neck, all the way to the clavicles or those collarbones. The shoulders are broad, chin lifts, jaw up towards the sky as well. And exhale back to center. Now we can bring the chin back towards that chest with the shoulders broad. Allow the weight of the head to draw that chin all the way forward, all the way down. Back of the neck releases. And inhale back up to center. Now we'll open our arms. Lift the fingers to the sky, and we can bend the right elbow and draw the fingers down the center of the spine. Maybe they're able to rest just between your shoulder blades. Big inhale here. You can gently guide that right elbow with your left fingers. And then exhale the left arm down and around. And if you have enough mobility of the left shoulder, you'll be able to reach those fingers together, left and right fingers together. However, if you do not, you can just press the back of the left hand into the spine and rotate the left shoulder open. Take a moment here to breathe through this posture, because with each breath, you should allow some muscle release around your shoulder joint so that you can eventually move your fingers a little closer together. And if you can grasp fingers, you can gently create more length through that right tricep, more opening of the left shoulder girdle. I have several insect and bird friends joining me this morning. On the next inhale, I'm going to release both hands up to the sky. Reach for the sky, and then bend the left elbow and gently guide the tricep long with your right hand, your right fingers. Walking the fingers down the center of the spine to the space between the shoulder blades. And then release that right arm down and around. Once again, allowing the breath to release the muscles, but allowing enough time to create that release. That right shoulder rotates open, and maybe we can walk the fingers up the spine enough to grasp the left fingers, although if you cannot, just press the top of the right hand into the back of the spine to keep that rotation of the shoulder opening. Setting the mobility of the shoulders for our day. To keep the shoulders broad and the chest open. Jaw soft. And with the next inhale, once again, we'll release the arms, open them up to the sides so that your fingers are reaching at the height of your shoulders, reaching wide. I'm going to take a big deep inhale here. Hands spread wide. We're going to bring the fingers behind the back. We're going to grasp our hands, press the center of the palms together, and then lengthen through the arms, shrugging the shoulders down away from the ears. Create some support in the lower back by engaging through your abdominal muscles. Press those palms together. Your elbows are straight. And then we're going to inhale to release, exhale to take the opposite crossing of the fingers. And once again, straighten those elbows. Big inhale. Deep exhale. On the next inhale, as you press your fists together, See if you can lift that fist. So we're mobilizing the front of the shoulders here. Lower abdominal engagement, lift that fist, lengthen through the neck, and release. And we can release the hands and give the wrists a shake. Flick off any excess energy, tension, and then we're going to unwind our legs. Maybe you already have done that. And we're going to come into a tabletop position, stacking the knees under the hips, stacking the wrists under the shoulders. Take a moment to engage through the abdominal muscles, creating a nice straight spine, one line of energy from the crown to the root. We're going to begin a gentle Marjorie Asana, or cat-cows. When we dip our spine and lift the third eye to the sky, we want to release the abdominal muscles here. Inhaling up. And then for our cat posture, we'll want to draw the abdomen in and tuck the tailbone and the chin to center and press through those palms. Inhale and roll open and lift the third eye and the tailbone to the sky. Exhale, draw the belly button in, bring all energy to center. Inhale and lift, and exhale, let's bring that energy to center. You can go at your own pace here, whatever feels good, always matching the breath to the movements. Jaws soft. Come back to neutral spine. We are going to bring the left palm directly under the face and open the right arm and lift the right hand to the sky, keeping the hips central here. We're not shifting the hips. Now we're going to exhale and bring that right arm and the deltoid towards the floor, towards the mat. Walk the left hand directly up the mat and gently bring the third eye all the way down, opening the back of that right shoulder. This is always a good opportunity to engage through the Mula Bandha, drawing in the pelvic floor muscles. On the next inhale, we'll begin to drag the left palm back to the space under the face and reach the right hand high. Exhale, let's bring the right hand to replace the left. Reach the left hand to the sky, opening the front of that shoulder, and then weaving that arm under, bringing the deltoid down to the ground, and walking the right fingers up the mat. The third eye once again rests on the earth. You can draw the Mula Bandha into engagement, capping off that energy at the root. Next inhale drags the right palm back under the face and reaches the left fingers high. Once again, opening the front of that shoulder. And exhaling, left palm to the mat, right palm squares under the shoulder. We'll begin to tuck the toes under the balls of the feet for our broken toe pose. If you have knee issues, you can always take your cushion and put it on top of the calves to create less mobility here. Going to stack our shoulders over the hips, mobilize those feet. If this is uncomfortable for you, bring your awareness to the breath. Allow the jaw to be soft, because any tension in the jaw is going to create resistance in the physical body. And breathe. Shoulders are open, chin is lifted. And maybe turn your lips up into a smile. Just for the gratitude of experiencing all sensations in this body. For this vessel is a gift. All sensations welcome. The next inhale, we'll bring the palms back to the mat. Bring the tops of the feet down, and you can give tap, tap, tap to get blood flow back into those toes. We'll bring our knees together here, settle our hips back to our heels, and then we can take our opposite lengthening of the front of the feet all the way up to the knees. Bring the palms next to the feet or maybe on top of the soles of the feet, and you can begin to lift your knees off the ground. So the shins nicely lengthened out. I'm going to bring my elbows to the mat, lift those knees higher. This is a deep back bend, so only perform this if you are warmed up well. And push through those elbows to broaden the chest here. And then we will gently make our way back up to our seated position on the shins. Bring the palms in front of the knees. Come back to tabletop position, and you can give a tap, tap, tap. Now we're going to prepare for our standing postures by tucking the toes under the balls of the feet and coming into our first downward facing dog by lifting the knees and sending the heels to the mat. Let the head hang heavy here, shoulders are broad, and the shoulder girdle is stabilized. You're going to engage the muscles around the shoulder girdle as you draw the abdominal muscles in at the belly button. If you feel the need to create some warming up of your leg muscles, you can begin to slowly walk your dog, sending one heel towards the earth as the opposite knee bends. And remaining focused on the breath. Jaws soft. Now we can bring some stillness to the legs, sending those heels evenly weighted towards the earth. The toes are spread wide, and we're pressing through our palms so the shoulders can open and the neck is long. And take a big inhale here, filling the lungs to their maximum capacity. And then as you exhale, walk all the way up to the top of the mat. You can bend your knees as you come to the top. Drape the torso over the thighs and let the head hang heavy here. You can take a hold of opposite elbows, let the shoulders loosen and release. Maybe give some nods, some shakes of the head. Tuck the chin to the chest. And then we're going to release our hands back to the mat. Engage the lower abdomen as you begin to roll up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Letting your head and shoulders come up last. Roll the shoulders open at the top. Lift the arms above the head. Let's greet this new day in the best way possible, which is with our Surya Namaskar. Create length through the spine, lifting the shoulders, lifting the palms. The abdomen is engaged as we begin once again to fold forward. Palms come all the way down, and we will step back with the left foot, planting the ball of the foot as we gently lower the knee all the way to the mat. Now when the knee comes down, draw forward so that you don't place weight on the knee. Bring the top of the foot down. Now we have deep mobility here in the right hip and length through the left thigh. You can engage through the left hip, through the glutes, and then bring the arms above the head, palms open, chest open, heart open, neck is long, and third eye is lifted for your Asana. The energetics here are at the heart, and that will set the tone. The next exhale brings the palms all the way back down to the earth. Tuck the left toes and step back to your downward facing dog, immediately bringing both heels evenly weighted towards the earth. Palms are planted deeply in the center, and the fingers can easily lift off the mat because we are not grasping. Shoulders are open, head hangs heavy. Now with the sacrum high, we're going to come into our 8 points bow. So we'll take a big deep breath here, lift that tailbone even higher. And as we exhale, we'll bend the knees to bring them gently down, bend the elbows to bring the chest down, and the chin also all come down to the earth. Through the spine, bringing the tops of the feet down, and then pushing through the palms to come into our Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Exhale, belly down, chest down. Use the knees if necessary to come back into a downward facing dog. Now the left foot lifts to the top of the mat. Right knee gently comes down. Bring the top of the foot down and then shift forward so the weight is not placed on the kneecap. Engage the glutes on the right and come into your full expression of Asana. Exhale, palms down. Tuck the right toes and step forward into your fold. Engage the abdomen and stand strong in one movement. Lift the fingers high. Bring the palms together at heart center. Inhale the palms up. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back with the right foot this time, bring the knee down, top of the foot down, sink through the hips, engage the glutes on the right, and bring the arms above the head, welcoming this beautiful new day. Gratitude. Exhale the palms to the mat. Tuck the right toes, step back to your downward facing dog. Once again, evenly weight the heels to the ground. Shoulders stable and strong, and the palms are planted. The tailbone lifts. Big inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, all the way through the spine. Pushing through the palms to come into our cobra. Little back bend here. Exhale, belly down, chest down, tuck the toes. Use the knees if necessary to downward facing dog. Don't lose the breath and the awareness of the inhales and exhales. Next, inhale brings the right foot to the top of the mat and the left knee comes down, top of the foot down. Engage through the left glutes and open the arms and lift. Exhale, palms down. Tuck the left toes and step forward into your fold. Engage the abdomen and come all the way up to stand. Reach those palms to the sky, plant the palms together, and exhale to heart center. Now we're going to take a moment to bring the arms by the sides. Close the eyes and just allow yourself to be. Gently open the eyes, step to the top of the mat, arms above the head. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step back with the left foot. Keep the ball of the foot planted and the knee lifted off the mat, off the ground, off the earth, wherever you are. And then we'll plant that left palm and reach the right hand to the sky, drawing the abdomen in to release the lower lumbar. Reach those right fingers high and make sure to shift forward so that the heel is stacked above the ball of that back foot. Exhale the right palm to the mat. Step back into a plank position. Crown of the skull in line with your heels. Once again, the heels are not extended back. They are shifted over the balls of the feet. If you must put your knees down, do so, but make sure not to plant on the knees. You want to draw forward. Draw forward so that you are planted more above the knees, and you can bring the tops of the feet down if you want to do this supported plank. The abdomen is in full engagement wherever you are. This is an abdominal strengthener, and we want to draw the mula bandha up and in. We don't want to be pushing energy down and out. On the next exhale, you'll begin to bend your elbows, keeping them tucked in towards the sides of the body as the entire body lowers to the floor, to the earth. Bring the tops of the feet down and we'll take another cobra. Maybe a little bit deeper of a back bend this time, lifting the third eye to the sky. And then exhale. Roll the abdomen to the earth. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Our next inhale will bring the right toes to the sky in a long extension of a three-legged dog. Pointing through those right toes, shoulders are stable and strong. And then we can tip that right hip open, bend the knee into scorpion while keeping the shoulders parallel with the floor, with the mat. Next, exhale draws that right knee into the chest, step the foot between the palms, and then the left foot can be parallel with the back of the mat as we open into Warrior Two posture. Opening those shoulders and look over the right hand. Your right knee is at a 90 degree or greater, never extending over the ankle. Drawing the abdomen in strongly here. We want to create good core strength. And shoulders are over the hips, so if you have an inclination to draw forward, shift those shoulders back. We want the spine to be stacked, the vertebrae to be stacked. You can engage through the glutes on the right to stabilize the pelvis. Strengthen those gluteus muscles. Big inhale. On the exhale, bring the right elbow to the top of the knee, drop the left arm down and around, come into a beautiful side angle lunge. One line of energy from those left fingertips all the way to the heel. And our abdomen is what is holding the torso up, so try not to dump in this right shoulder. If you have a block, you can always use it here by placing your hand on it, or maybe you have the mobility to bring the right hand all the way to the earth. Never losing this rotation of the left shoulder. Big inhale, stretch long through that side body on the left. And then exhale, the left palm down. Bring the right palm to the opposite side of the right foot. Shift onto the ball of that left foot and step back into a plank position. Strong plank. Shifting forward on the balls of the feet. Exhale, take a bend through the elbows, bringing the body all the way down. Tops of the feet down. Take a child's pose, bringing the hips all the way back to the heels. Lengthening through the arms, and the third eye comes to the earth. We are not resting here. We are creating length through the side bodies, walking the fingers up the mat, and rotating the shoulders open. To draw your Mula Bandha into engagement. And the abdomen engages as we begin to roll up the spine, dragging the palms back towards the knees. Roll the shoulders open at the top. Lift the arms above the head and exhale to tabletop position. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then we will walk all the way to the top of the mat, folding deeply. Engage the abdomen and stand in one movement. Reach the arms high. Palms together at the top, and exhale to heart center. Now we'll begin our opposite side for the sequence. Inhale the palms up. Exhale, engage the abdomen to fold forward. Palms come all the way down, and we will step back with the right foot. Planting the ball of the foot. The heel stacks above the ball. The right palm stays down, and we lift the left arm to the sky, reaching those fingers high. If you need some support from universal energies, be the energy you wish to attract to your life right here. Embodying the energy you wish to bring into your life. More love, be love. More abundance, be abundant. More grace, be the essence of gratitude. Next, exhale brings that palm down, and we can step back into our plank position. Once again, if you need the knees down, that's great. Just draw forward so you're not balancing on your kneecaps. And our abdominal muscles are at work here. Now we'll begin to slowly bend the elbows on the exhale, drawing the entire body down. Tops of the feet down and take your cobra. Pushing through while keeping the elbows tucked in towards the ribs and lifting the third eye. Exhale, belly down, chest down, tuck the toes, use the knees if necessary, downward facing dog. Now we're going to lift the left toes to the sky, nice and long through the leg, the toes are pointed. And then we can tip that hip open and bend the knee into our scorpion while keeping the shoulders stable and strong. Next, exhale brings that knee into the chest, step the foot between the palms, right foot comes parallel with the back of the mat so we can open into our warrior two posture, Virabhadrasana 2. The shoulders are open and broad. And we sink through this left knee to a 90-degree or greater. And your awareness is on the breath. You can always close your eyes through these postures if your balance is steady. Take a nice big inhale here. Left elbow to the knee, right arm down and around and opening into a side angle lunge. And remember, the engagement of the abdomen is what's holding the torso up. So let's not dump in this left shoulder. And we're rotating that right shoulder open. If you have a block, you can bring the left hand to balance on it. Do not lose the rotation of the right shoulder open. And then we'll begin our exhale to bring the right palm to the mat, left palm to the opposite side of the foot, and shift onto the ball of the right foot. And we'll send our left foot back into a plank. Full plank or plank on the knees. Exhale, a bend into the elbows, drawing the body all the way down. Tops of the feet down. We'll take one last cobra. Pressing through those palms. Maybe we can straighten the arms here, lift the third eye to the sky. Exhale, unroll the abdomen onto the mat. Back into child's pose. Let's keep it active. Pressing through those palms, sinking the hips to the heels and walking the fingers up the mat. And the third eye to the earth. And so as we breathe, we can balance that energy from the root to the crown, from the root to the third eye. The next inhale will draw the abdominal muscles in as we roll up the vertebrae, up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Slowly rolling open. Rotate the shoulders back, lift the third eye, bring the arms above the crown and look up. Palms together at the top. Exhale to heart center and take a moment here to press the palms together at heart center. We're going to lift up off our heels, shift the feet over to one side and see if you can balance your sits bones on the earth as you bring your feet forward. And then you can wrap your arms around your shins and draw them in. We're going to release the arms, bring the soles of the feet together. Those knees are opening, shoulders open, and we will begin to fold forward. We are always keeping the spine straight here. So what the intention is to mobilize the hips, not to create an arch and get the third eye to the earth. Here we are getting the heart towards the feet as we increase the mobility of the hips. So keep that spine straight. Maybe you engage your abdomen and support the lower lumbar. Drawing the chest forward. And the chin stays lifted. We don't want to hang the head here. Inhale up, and we're going to open into a wide straddle. Flexing those feet deeply. Rotate those hips forward. It can also be helpful if you have hip mobility, tightness, to sit on a cushion to help that forward rotation of your pelvis. You can plant the palms, flex those feet once again, and then walk into a forward fold. We are not creating any kind of an arch in the spine. That would create strain, so we want our spine straight. So it may be that you can only come this far or this far. Wherever you are, keep that spine straight and the chin lifted. Eventually, the more repetition will allow you to come even deeper into this fold without creating any kind of an arch in the spine. Those feet need to stay flexed so the back of the legs continue to lengthen and the jaw is soft. We'll begin to walk back up. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. And we'll bring our right hand to the left knee and press that knee down. So we're crossing the right arm in front of the chest. And then we're going to open the side body on the left as if those left fingers could reach your right toes. Now, if you can reach your right toes, you want to continue to open the side body and keep that left shoulder open. And then look down at your right knee so as to avoid any strain of the neck. Engage through the abdomen to release the lower lumbar to come deeper into this fold. And then we'll inhale up to center. This time we're going to straighten the legs to come into our Paschimottanasana. Inhale the arms up and exhale to fold forward. We're planting through our root here, rooting down. And we'll begin to inhale up. And we'll bring the legs into a wide straddle again. Come into a forward straddle fold, opening up those legs, mobilizing the hips, lengthening the inner thigh and groin. And keeping the awareness with the breath and the intention of the practice. Inhale to come back up to sit. We'll bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Press the right knee down so that the left arm crosses the body so we can open up into this side body opener, into this side fold. Reaching for those toes. Maybe you're able to grab the toes while keeping the shoulders still opening and then looking down at that left knee. Inhale to release. We'll bring the left foot back in to settle with the right. One last Baddha Konasana. Shoulders rotate open, spine stays straight, and we fold forward. Maybe you bring your elbows to the mat. Some people like to wrap their arms under their legs and bring them together behind the back. Like to bring the elbows down, the chest stays open, the chin is lifted. Inhale up. We'll bring the knees back into center. If you have a cushion under your bum, you'll want to scoot it off now. And then we'll come on to the tippy toes. You can extend the arms long if you have strong core muscle engagement here, or you can bring the hands to support the lower spine and bring them to sandwich between the calves and the thighs, the back of the thighs. Bring the toes up to the height of the knees. And extend the arms long, once again, if you have the strength of the core. This is a core strengthener. Finding balance on the tailbone. And then look up and open up that heart. And the palms are open. This is a mudra of receiving. And the third eye is lifted because yoga is our union with the cosmos. We are no different. We are made up of the same stuff, the same atoms, the same molecules as all else around us. It is only the illusion of our minds which creates separation. Strengthen that core and draw the heart open more. And we can bring the hands back behind the legs. Bring the tippy toes down. Wrap the arms around the shins and draw long in a deep spine lengthener. Now we'll want to extend long through the right leg. We're going to take a moment for a gentle twist by bringing the left palm behind the sacrum. Lift the right hand to the sky. And then exhale to bring that right elbow across the left knee and twist open and look over that left shoulder. And then we'll release and we'll bring that left foot to the opposite side of the right thigh. If you have good mobility of the hips, you'll want to tuck that right heel in towards the left sits bone. Lift that right hand to the sky once again, and then exhale for our deeper twist. And you can open the arm here, or you can bend the elbow. Inhale to release. We'll take a little bit of a counter twist to the right, back to center, and extend long through the legs with the feet flexed. Spine is long. Inhale the arms to the sky, and exhale to fold forward. Inhale up to sit. We'll bring the right knee in. We're going to take that gentle twist first, bringing the right palm behind the sacrum and planting through to straighten the arm and create the space between the vertebrae. Inhale the left arm up and exhale to hook that elbow and twist, looking over the right shoulder. Now we'll take the deeper twist by bringing the right foot across the left thigh, tucking the left heel in if you have the mobility of the hips, and then once again lifting the left hand to the sky, planting through that right hand, and exhaling to hook the left elbow and draw the belly in to twist safely. Breath will be shallow, but continue to focus on the inhales and exhales. Twisting to release any stagnant energy in the gut. And we'll inhale to release. Once again, shifting the torso forward, extending the legs long, flexing those feet. We'll take our last Paschimottanasana, inhaling the arms to the sky and exhaling into our forward fold. Flex those feet deeply here. Inhale up. We are going to prepare for a quiet meditation. If you wish Shavasana, you can lay fully out on the mat in your most comfortable position, with the arms away from the sides and the palms open in a mudra of receiving, of surrender. If you are going to take a seated meditation, you can be in your lotus, your half lotus, or your sukhasana, the easy seat position. And the shoulders will stack above the hips, the spine is straight, and the jaw is soft. And we can bring our awareness to the third eye space, our ajna, our inner knowing, and intuition. And on the next inhale, we'll bring our palms back to heart center. I want to thank you for joining me today. Namaste. If you have enjoyed this yoga asana practice, please hit the like button, as it helps me greatly get this video out to more and more yoga practitioners. If you want more of my yoga asana practice or yoga philosophy and Tantra yoga, you can subscribe to the channel. That always helps as well. Comment below if you have anything that you would like to share. Once again, namaste. Much gratitude to you.